Okay, guys, so I am about to start my first tarot card reading with the lovely Alexis. She is awesome. I call her the cool lightweight witch. That's the nickname I have for her, and she's going to go on my Snapchat. We're going to do our first tarot reading session, guys. Okay, so I hope you're excited as I am. So we're going to get on Facebook now. Let everyone know we are live. Yep. I'm messaging her right now because she's about to call me. Going live now on my YouTube channel for my first tarot card reading from the badass Alexis. Okay, Alexis. She's super big on TikTok, and I'm honored she will be on my channel. Come get on and chat and subscribe, please. Need that love and support. Really nervous. Oh well. Okay, so let's see. The copy a link, I wonder. Okay, all right. So we posted on Instagram. We are doing this live, and I forgot to tag someone. Let me tag them real quick while I am going. And of course, my hubby. Oh, wrong button. Already starting the stream out. What I can do because I'm trying to hurry. All right, there we go. Yes, okay, saving. Okay, all right, gotcha. X off that. Okay, guys. All right. So, okay, I have my YouTube channel on. I have everything I need. Let me grab my book bag. And yes, I have LED lights all over my room now, so it is really cool. Guys, I have my Marilyn Monroe outlined with white. It's so pretty because it's different. Oh, I'm getting the call. Okay, guys, are you ready? Wow. Hi.
Hello.
What is up? I'm really excited and nervous.
No, I get nervous too. Don't feel bad. I get nervous.
Okay, the record button, I think I clicked. This is my first time recording when I'm actually doing, like for Snapchat. When I'm still mastering YouTube. I've studied a lot about it, and people are finally like actually having like 3.5 hours on average day people are watching, and that's only within 2 weeks. So I've been trying to use my journalism and what I get inspired by and using myself as a guinea pig. And I'm like, well, anything that I love, like my family, when I saw you, I was just like, wow, you have a gift. I've always had like experiences of my own where I've always said I've been in tune. I knew when my mom was around when she passed away, and she made her presence known to me multiple times. So I just want to know, honestly, what my brother is okay because of him passing on my mom's birthday. Like he was 13, I was 18, and then she died. So, and with the age coincidence, her being 32, him being 23, it's so many coincidences, and it being 1 year, I'm just like, I felt like seeing you was meant to be. This tarot, the signs just keep pointing, and I was like, I got to do this. I got to do this tarot reading. I got to find out if there's anything maybe that is unresolved that I need to hear.
Okay. So a lot of times the cards like to just answer their own questions, but we're gonna hope that they come through for your question, because I usually try to ask that they do come through for you for that question.
Okay.
And we're gonna see what's going on from your past and your present and your future.
Okay. All right.
Just gonna do a little bit of circling.
This is really cool.
It's fun. It's a little bit like energy draining, but it's definitely worth it.
I definitely respect what you do, and like I'm all about like what you like represent. Like I know you probably get a lot of hate. I can only imagine. Oh, you're a witch. This is bad. I'm marrying a Pegasus that loves that kind of stuff. Is so into it. So I'm like, I'm more open minded because of being around someone like that, and it allowed me to learn proper terms that I never knew. And I mean, there is a huge difference between bad and good, and people just assuming. I already have a nickname for you, by the way. And it is my light white cool witch.
Okay.
So for you too, when I get on and have you get on for our interviews, I'm probably going to be like, this is my light white cool witch, Alexis. And whatever. I just love coming up with fun nicknames that have like that light in it.
Yeah, that's nice. I like that.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's pull these cards for you. Okay, so your past, you got the Justice card.
I'm also a Leo, if that helps. I don't know.
Okay. So, what am I looking at? There we go.
My mother was a Gemini. My brother's in February. I forget the February month one.
My grandfather is a Gemini, and oh boy, he actually shows the Gemini. I'm like,
oh,
boy.
Yeah. Yep, the Gemini really is like that noticeable one out of all of them. I agree.
Okay, so your past. You have truth and balance. Justice asks you to use logic and remain objective, as this will help you to uncover the truth within each situation. She indicates that positive outcomes in legal matters or unsettled interpersonal issues are inevitable. Okay. All you need to do is stay true to yourself and act with integrity. Have faith within balanced situations, or have faith that imbalanced situations are now working out in your favor. Okay, so you were obviously having a lot of faith and hoping for the best. You obviously, and it shows in the card that you wanted the best for this whole situation, and the fact that it even called I gotta reread that one sentence back to you because that was like amazing.
Wow. Yeah, the whole Ray's son nickname, everything was, the whole point was for my whole life to redo, getting out of an abusive relationship, almost dying to get out, and the cops saving me, and my child. I mean, all of that. I fought for the light, and I wasn't prepared for that darkness to come at all. Almost. It's been hard to process because I thought I had moved on from all the grief, because it was everybody that was close to me and my small family and my brother. It was not something you would expect at that age. And he also lived down in Florida for 5 years. So I didn't get to see him since he was 18. I was going to see him a month after that. And but he ended up doing everything he wanted and more, and became like an inspiration down in Florida, and sold all his first copies and his first concert for his rapping career. I was so proud of him. Yeah, I mean, I was so proud of him. So he was happy doing what he loved, and he was so young, and he had it all like right under his fingertips. And that's what I'm having trouble understanding. It's like he found his peace, he was happy, but he always had a part of him where he missed our mom a lot, because he didn't get her as much as I did. I had her every day. He had her every other weekend, and my mom didn't really know how to really bond with a boy as much as she did with her girls. So he was always a middle child, but I was always closer with him because of it. And him being gone, like I don't really have people to go to for it, like his family, his adopted dad. They kind of all shut me out after the memorial service. So I just kind of got to get the cards that I've been dealt with and figure out how to go about it without because I can't shut down because I'm a mom now. And before with my mom, I shut down all the way. And the only thing that was keeping me going was my brother and my sister, and because they were 9 and 13. And then I'm here, 2 days after 18. And I got to plan all of this, got to make sure my siblings are okay. And then by the end of that week, I just remember feeling so exhausted, crying finally. And my mom stroked my hair, and that was something she always did to comfort me. And she stroked my hair, and after that, I needed her, and she was there. And then that night, I got a premonition. And we get these vivid dreams, and it always ends up being right or somebody being pregnant. But it was different. And I don't know if maybe you could shed some light into this, but it was like an out-of-body experience where she took me and guided me along her death. And it scared me so bad. Above her body, her spirit taking me, showing me what happened, because there was no closure, there was no questions being answered. There was so much. I built a whole case, and the chief of police's son was the chief of police's son for 50 years. It was a small town. So it was unknown causes with perfect health, with a rope bruise. I mean, and 12 hours lying on the mattress. And nobody's stupid, but it's one of those things that I have to deal with. So I let it go after a while. When I got pregnant, I was like, this is my purpose. Then I almost died giving birth to him. And I saw my mom again. And I saw her, and she told me she was okay. And then I felt like I could let go of all that responsibility of my whole life, taking care of my mom, taking care of my brother, taking care of everybody but me. And now I can focus on my child, and this is my purpose. I thought all that grief might be gone. Then my grandma passed. She helped raise my son with me for 6 years. And then after she passed, that's when I kept my promise, and I knew I wasn't safe with my ex alone in a house living with him in my family home. And I fought for my life to get out, because I promised her on her deathbed that I would get out. And I knew alone I wouldn't be safe with him. And my son was 6, so I knew that his memories would not be tainted too much. So I did what I needed to do, and I found some kind of strength. And I swear, in those last moments where I almost died, when the cops came and pulled him off me from strangling me, I had somehow got the voice to scream for them, because I saw the lights, and it's the country, it's pure blackout, and they're trying to find me, and they hear the noise on a high balcony, and I somehow got the courage to scream, backyard, back porch, help. And I don't know where the breath came out of me, but I know that my mother was there. Then again, I haven't had a single experience like that where my brother has been there. So I'm like, is he okay? Is he with her?
Sometimes they don't like to show their face. It's funny. Sometimes they're scared. He might have passed on, though, which is possibly a good thing.
I hope so. I really want him to just be happy. But it's hard being alone, being the only one left. I feel like a ghost now.
I feel like you had an astral projection moment with the one where you almost died. I'm not really sure if you could have gotten to see what could happen with past, but I'm not sure if it was that or if it was just trying to do the same thing as the other one where it's trying to astral project. When you're in like a vulnerable position with your brain, it's easy to do it. So
Yeah.
when you're sleeping, it's really easy to do it.
It's so vivid. It woke me up. Literally, I cried. I never forgot it. It was one of those things that was honestly very traumatic. And it was like, I didn't want to see that. And I got shown something that nobody should ever get seen with their own eyes. And I couldn't get justice for it even. And I knew it happened. And I was just like, it made me so upset because people kept assuming that it was ODing, of course, because most people do die of ODing. But all her organs were healthy. There was nothing in her system. She was a 32-year-old perfectly healthy woman. How do you not ask this man why you left your girlfriend on the bed for 12 hours during the day? It's not like you were asleep and you roll over and you see your girlfriend that's gone. No, it's all day. You spent all day and you didn't even call 911 right away. You call your dad before you call the ambulance. Nobody's natural reaction at first when they see a dead body is to call their dad.
No.
That's what I'm saying.
Call the cops.
Yeah, and my brother really never knew how hard I did try to fight for this. And we kind of had a little 5-year feud over it because I couldn't get her ashes. My aunt had stolen them. So I couldn't do anything about it. I had offered money. I paid for them. I had done everything I could, but I couldn't get them for him. And after that, when he got to 23 and he got over that little playboy phase, he let me in the second I kicked my ex to the curb. So we had 10 months together to bond again before he passed.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So
that's
the card
kind of
really holds true with the justice thing, huh?
Yeah, that's spot on.
It does say that, like, let's try seeing what your future, not your future is, but what your present is. Let's see what that tells us.
Something I'm definitely focusing on, my goals. I've been trying to focus in on my passions, and that's why I've been doing YouTube and TikTok that I would never do because I'm trying to expand. And the Ray of Sun, as 500 people have like turned this into a brand itself, and say that I'm this happy-go-lucky, light, perky person that everybody wants to hang out with. And I want to keep that. I want to keep that part of me. I don't want to lose it, that light.
I think you just got the perfect card after you just told me that. I think because you got the Fool card, and the Fool card isn't what you think it is. It says new beginnings and freedom.
Oh my God, now, freedom, that word.
Your present could be today, your present could be, so this is where your adventure begins. The Fool knows he is on the right path, even if he does not know where it will lead. Be willing to take a risk with the knowledge that every big leap forward may have its pitfalls, and that setbacks are lessons that will guide you on your journey. Okay. Your intuition is always by your side, much like the little dog who walks with the Fool. I'll show you him in a minute. Tune into its guidance and heed its messages as your own path to expand consciousness unfolds. So basically, it is telling you that, like, be willing to take that risk like you're taking with the TikTok, but it's telling you you're on the right path. It might take a little bit to get where you need to get. You might have a couple setbacks, but it's going to get you where you need to get, which is amazing. That's perfect.
Yeah.
The Fool's a good card.
Good.
Fool's definitely a good card. And you got all upright cards, which is generally safer.
You know what? Those two words that you've been saying a lot, free and safe, are the two words that I've been describing this last year and 8 months, counting of how I have wanted to feel and how I have felt and how I can't go without feeling this way now, because when you get your freedom taken away or your voice or anything like that, you need it to be happy again. And feeling free and feeling safe are honestly the two things that I need more than anything. And it makes me happier. And therefore I try to make other people happier by doing so, and it kind of just has a chain effect. Like if I'm happy and I get on, everybody else is happy.
I've definitely, I get that. When I was younger, I was in an abusive situation with my family, so I know that feeling when you finally relieve yourself of it, and now you realize you can never go back to not having that freedom.
I know. I don't know how I did it. 12 years and one relationship, like one long-term relationship that ended in the 4 years, but I had a child. I almost died. My grandmother moved me into my family home. This man just came along, and I was kind of in a situation where I really couldn't talk or make decisions. So I kind of just got stuck with it and was like, okay, you live down in the studio apartment, so we're separated. We can co-parent. You're a shitty boyfriend. Maybe you could be a good dad. Like I said, you got a 5 to 6 year window to be safe, to change for your kid. And I'm like, if you can't, then I can say I tried and go about my life. And that's exactly what I did. And he always thought of me as property. And he made sure to even brand to, show what he was capable of. But I never thought in a million years he would break down my back door at midnight. Never thought he'd be that crazy. And now, it's honestly, it got so bad. The stalking, even after that, was so bad that my fiance had to show up at his door several times, scaring him, basically, because the cops weren't doing anything to help. And he was a first-time offender. So now he has finally stopped. Something has stopped, and he has left me alone for a few months now. And I have been feeling like a huge relief. I don't know what changed, but something has, and I'm very grateful for it. And just hoping that he can stay out of my life more.
Okay. We have your future stuff.
Yes, I'm excited about the future.
The future is my favorite too, to be honest.
There's so much. I just want to be free and safe in my future too.
I think you got it because, so you got the 2 principles. Balance and stability. Balancing your schedule and personal obligations can be tricky. The 2 pentacles ask you to flow with your emotions rather than allowing them to wash over you and knock you off balance. So it's telling you to keep doing that pretty much. Because you're trying to do that. Anytime you strive to take your life to the next level, your routine and comfort zone will be momentarily disrupted. This is a normal part of expansion, but to leverage it in a healthy way, you will need to take a moderate approach. Only take on what you can handle and reach out for help when you feel overwhelmed. So it's telling you that you got this. You just need to make sure you use your resources and stuff like that. But it's telling you that you got this and you're going to have some balance and stability back in life. It might take a minute and you might have a little bit of I'm uncomfortable for a little while, but once you get over that, you're going to feel okay.
Wow, you are really good at this.
I try.
I have been feeling like that, discouraged, even streaming. For example, the last 2 nights, I finally pushed myself to get on stream. And usually I love going on POF streaming just to meet people and make friends. But I just didn't feel it, and nobody would talk, and I was just like, wow, this is just a ghost dead zone. This sucks. Whenever that happens, I just kind of get super bored, and then I'm like, if it's 2 nights in a row, I get discouraged. But I've just kind of not been all the way into it because of that. So I'm trying to find new ways to want to get back into it. Yeah, because with my YouTube channel and TikTok, I kind of wanted to use them as platforms all for the YouTube channel. I was with TikTok, maybe I can make some cute little teaser trailers, and then it turned into something else itself where I could express myself in different ways, and I honestly love that. But I don't really know how to do live on that yet, but I'd love to meet new people that way as well. Streaming.
Oh, the live on TikTok?
Yeah.
So once you get to 1,000 followers, they open up the live for you.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, it's a pain in the butt. They make it so you can't do certain things until you get a certain amount of followers, which is like really frustrating. But that's what I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of what pushed me and made me have fun with it, because I'm like, oh, I want to be able to do that too. Why can't I do that? And then I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do it. Like, I'm gonna get it. So like, keep doing it, because it honestly, as long as you keep persisting it works.
Yeah, and doing collaborations help too. Like when you meet people and stuff, that really does help. And honestly, I would definitely love having you do more of your readings for me on YouTube channel, or just of other people in general to watch you do it, and talk to you and ask you. And the questions that I do ask will be not just questions that I have, but normal questions that the people that would look at it in a bad way and a good way, and what your opinions are on the matters and the topics and all of that. So then any drafts that I have, I would send to you, and you get your okay with, obviously, and pretty much go about it for the virtual way where we record it all and make a masterpiece out of it. And get a lot of followers out of it, because you've got talent and you are awesome, and you are going to help a lot of people. And I hope that I can do the same with just sharing my stories. And I want to encourage people to share their stories with me. That's like the number one thing with, like, for example, hot topic, like fire starter topics, get people really talking. Like, people don't really talk about certain things. And I'm like, well, like the dominant sub thing with 50 Shades, everybody was in love with it. Well, I did a whole bunch of research into it, and even got on a whole a woman's problem period page, just to like test it out and test the waters and get surveys of their own experiences, and basically of not having, how do I say this, an org. Let's just say code for org. If you've never had an org, like girl talk on that, and guy talk on like when your girlfriend, is thinking she's ugly, what are ways you could do to make her feel better, like relationship advice, stuff like that. Anything that I can do to help, pretty much, and make friends out of it.
Hey, it's the best way to make friends online, I swear.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause you can meet so many different people, and you can finally meet people that are more similar to you too.
Yeah, definitely, I agree with that. Like, I literally got LED light. Oh, what'd you say?
I said I'd love to do more things together, though. This is fun. I like the idea of doing an interview too.
Yeah, I love it. I love doing interviews. Honestly, my journalism passion started in freshman year because I wasn't good at anything. I'm like, I'm not good at any sports, and I was good at hip hop, but they didn't add it until later on, and I was the only girl that wasn't allowed on the team because every girl had to look alike. Yeah, that's what it was, a mom coach, and even her daughter got on, and she went to a baseball tournament when during the whole like actual part where you try out. Like, you learn, and then even a guy that showed up like 3 days out of the 7-day practice to learn the routine, he showed up the last 3 days, and even he made it. And the way that every girl knew that they didn't make it is by getting their money back in an envelope. And I was the only one. Oh my God, my mom flipped. I'm like, because I came home bawling my eyes out because I taught all the girls the moves. I really do love dancing, and I just was like, finally something in this small country school that I can work with, and I can teach all the other girls. Well, I taught all the other girls, and they got on, and I didn't. So I was like, well, what else can I do to be happy? And I was like, well, all my friends are enrolling into this class, journalism. I'll try it out. I love English. It can't be that bad. And once I did one in every topic, even sports, which was a little bit of a challenge, but I had a best friend that was a huge baseball star. And it just got to the point where I loved it so much that my editorial became about bullying. I did a whole survey for freshman to senior anonymously with 10 basic questions of bullying, so I could get all of their answers and nobody would have to worry about, who's, that it's theirs or anything, and add it into my article with the top 10 and their answers with my article included. And it was such a big deal that I literally got a scholarship fund for journalism created for all the kids that do love journalism and do love writing, that their books will be paid for in college now. Because it was a small school where there's nothing for programs like for people like me that are talented with writing. And I'm like, this is not fair. I bitched to the principal about a million times about it and fought it up and found a way by doing the senior edition $1 because it's a color and every other wasn't in color and didn't have the color with the picture. And I was like, well, you have to take a picture to represent your article. And with this editorial, the best part with the bullying part was that I could use the facts and the opinions together. And so that way everybody knew what the facts were and what the opinion were and where they were separated. And apparently I did not know, but bullying for me, I went to the mental institution for 6 days for suicidal thoughts. So my mom suggested that I write about it. And that's how it turned into that. And then I ended up going all in and got excited about it, released it out. But I didn't think anybody was really going to read it. But my baseball friend had all the popular people, made them buy it all. They all read it. And people came up to me. And I never forgot that moment saying I saved their life. That they were thinking of killing themselves, that they did not know, they truly thought they were alone. And I was like, I know the feeling of having the thoughts of like, girls can be really vicious. I had 5 girls send me one email, like literally signing their names under each paragraph, telling me to kill myself. It's not fun at all. So me doing that, it was like a way to be therapeutic. And all the girls that was, this bullying article was basically about, I was able to use my words and have everybody read it at a comfortable platform where, hey, this is my voice being heard, but I'm not on camera or anything yet because I was shy about being on camera. So it was nice to be heard. I felt like I was being heard in my own school, and even the bullies heard. So no matter how many times they knocked down my posters that I put up, they sure as hell read what I had to say. They did not like it very much with the whole, bullies, one day you're going to see them pumping your own gas, or like, it's not going to be a big deal after you leave this place. Like, it might seem like a small world right now, but it's way bigger. And it's worth it.
And then you leave high school and you realize you're totally right, and it's so much bigger, and there's so much more, and it's like, these girls are just ridiculous.
I was so proud of it, and my mom was so proud of it. She hung it up. I still have it. Like, it was, honestly, my teacher was going to make it front page news, but because of prom and because of graduation, the idea happened at the wrong time, basically. So prom and graduation got that, but I got the last page, which was all dedicated to me. So it was nice. Yeah. So I basically have just started jumping into it again. And like, I'm trying to find people that will allow me to do platforms with them. Like you're the first.
Yeah.
So it's exciting.
Oh, yay.
Yeah, you're definitely the first. I've never even done like any type of TikTok recording or chat or anything, so this is definitely fun.
Oh, yay.
And you're so nice. By the way, where do you even, like, what state are you in?
I'm in
Pennsylvania.
I'm from New Jersey, though, if you hear a little bit of like an accent.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love jerseys. I'm not gonna lie, housewives jerseys are my favorite. Like, they're like throwing the table, and like Teresa and Melissa, they're my favorite. I'm sorry. Like, I
love that.
Girl, I've been dying to do a Bravo theme on my YouTube channel, basically be Andy Cohen and have fabulous drinks like, okay, Bailey's and Tequila Rose I discovered. I was obsessed with it. And I had a bendy straw and everything, drinking it while I was on stream in the bottle. And everybody got so excited that they bought Tequila Rose and got on my stream and be like, I did it the Ray Sun way with the bendy straw and everything. Or if I would, like, when I'm in love with something, I get obsessed with it. I'm addicted to it. Like, and then the next thing was Bueno Kindle waffle bars. Those, oh my gosh, oh, those were heaven. And so, like, pretty much my fiance will bring home a mega large pack for like a huge surprise. He brought me home a mega large pack for Valentine's Day this year. I was like, oh yes, baby.
Aww.
Yes, like it's those little things. Like, for example, you see that heart in the background? He made
That's
that
so
for
cute.
my birthday, and it has lights around it that actually light up too. And that's just $20 with a dollar store. He's very creative. And if it weren't for him, like he invested into my stream by getting all these LED light bulbs for me. So I said, you know, there's a lot of streamers that do their streamers with lights, and it's always bright. It seems to be very popular, and I want to keep up with the time and the trends. So he wanted to make sure I had everything I wanted to be happy with, including a ring lamp even, which I was like, so yeah, just for my makeup. Like, I was like, wow, like how sweet. I really didn't think gentlemen existed anymore, but when I met him, he really was my knight in shining armor, and he kind of showed me, hey, there's a future here for you that you can have with your son that's happy, and that you're not going to be harmed, you're not going to be hurt, you're going to be safe, you're going to be protected, and you're not going to be alone anymore. Like, you're going to have a partner that's going to treat you equal and not just get comfortable and lazy and slack off and not want to be a dad. I'm a mom, obviously, so I'm looking for a committed man that's father material, this and that. That's why I was single for 6 years. Like, can't just bring any guy home, you know? And also having a huge cock block downstairs did not help matters. But yeah, he could hook up with all my friends. And he actually had the balls, girl, to tell me that it was like ordering pizza, that I was practically delivering them to him. Oh, and I didn't even get mad about the fact that he had wanted to fuck them. I had gotten mad about the fact that he insulted my friends, basically calling them prostitutes. And I was like, because I had no feelings for him. I'm like, how dare you call my friends this and that? And he never picked up on those signs. And I'm like, he really thought we were still together after I broke up with him with my kid, all the way up until like he was out, and would create a persona like, hey, we're married. And we were not married. We never were even a couple. We didn't sleep in the same room or the same bedroom or the same stairs case. Like, it was completely separate. So when I had told him, you know, hey, I'm ready to be on my own, I want you to move in with your mom, I want you to move out, stuff like that, he acted like it was the biggest shock in the world. And I'm like, I've been trying to get you to leave for 6 years and you have not left. So I used every guilt trip I could on him with every bad thing he'd ever done to get him to leave just that moment, knowing that I could get rid of him temporarily, hold him off, and have the police come the next time he comes. So I had filed police reports like for 7 days in a week. And all of that time he had spent ambushing me at the bus stop, like desperately pleading to get back together. And I had no choice but to go outside. So like, I'm stuck in a situation at 4 a.m. and we have to wake up at 6 with a guy banging on my patio door. I'm just like, if you want a girl back, you don't go about it these ways. And also, like, if she's not showing any interest or calling you back or anything, and you're throwing yourself down the stairs and having my friends call me because you're calling them all just to, like, get me involved. Like, I told them, I'm like, I don't care. Have, like, call 911 if you care. But I know he's doing it for attention. And if he was hurt, he'd go to the hospital. I'm like, it's not my problem. And they're like, well, he's going to kill himself. And I'm like, if he's going to kill himself, then call 911. That's all I got to say. I said, this is not my business. It's not my issue anymore. If you want to be your issue, then you make him your issue. And this girl had been hooking up with him anyways. That was supposed to be my best friend. I actually saved her son's life too. And she repaid me by hooking up with my ex the whole time. I let her stay there rent free and everything because she had a baby at 20 weeks. It was very dangerous, so she had to go there every 3 hours, and her mom kicked her out like right afterwards. So she had nowhere to go, and she had no way to get to the hospital back and forth. So I had to make a man that always beat me up, that never wanted to drive anywhere, all of a sudden take her every 3 hours to the hospital and spend the day there with her. But yet he was willing to go without a fight. And that's when I knew, okay, well, they're gone all day, every day. So obviously she's not just feeding her kid and doing the touch for him. She went out to eat with them. She had done a whole bunch of stuff, and they didn't get back till late at night. And she had spent more time hanging out with him downstairs. So I was just like, I'd given her clothes, I'd given her all this stuff, and I had offered to let her stay until she didn't need to go to the hospital anymore to feed her child, and so that he could be alive. And his lungs finally got sturdy enough. And then that's when she moved into another friend's. And I was just like, I've done enough favors for you for once, because I'm really nice. I like to help people. I just get burnt a lot. And streaming virtually friends, I've made nicer friends the virtual way than I have in the real world way, like 1,000 times over and over and over again. And I wish it was like this in the real world. Like, my brother passed, and the girl that I called my best friend didn't call me once. And it's going on a year in June, and I still haven't gotten that call saying, hey, are you okay? And she grew up with me, so she knew my brother quite well. She was his first, that was his first kiss.
You should have said something.
Yeah, and I mean, that was his first kiss. Literally, I just did that because my brother, being my best friend, of course, him saying he's got a crush on my friend and he wants it to be his first kiss. Yeah, I'm going to go to my best friend that's 13 when he's 9 and go and give him a little peck. And that's what she did. And I was just like, wow, you have no soul. And then I also got a tumor this year in my breast, which was the scariest thing ever. And I didn't think I was going to have to face that. So when you said a lot's going to happen that I didn't think I was going to have to face, you were dead on, because it wasn't just my brother. It was dealing with an abscess is what we thought it was first. But it turned out to grow and get bigger and move. And it was ended up being 3 centimeters after a year. And with COVID and taking forever, my doctor disappearing, I had to find a new doctor during COVID when it first hit. So it made it delay so long that as soon as I saw a breast doctor, they instantly knew it was a tumor. But thankfully, since it moves, apparently a lot of people don't know this, but if you have a lump at all and it's moving and growing, it's not cancerous.
Okay.
So that is one way. I feel like I should always tell women about this now, because if it's moving, at least it's not cancer. Because that freaked me out the whole time, the not knowing. And then I had to wait 2 weeks for the surgery. It was immediate surgery. Man, I was scared to death. But honestly, after, I felt so much better, because it was on the left side, far left, and bulging out on the far, on the left side, on the left, everything. So when I lay down, I can't lay down because it's directly on the tumor. So I'd have to put up a pillow blanket underneath it. And then the last 2 weeks, I couldn't even wear a bra. I couldn't move. I couldn't hug my son. I couldn't play. I was devastated because it had grown too big. So after that, I was just like, get this thing out of me. I did not move until then. And then I had to wear a sports bra. So basically that whole year of streaming, I started dancing on streaming. And it was like a good workout. And I needed to gain muscle because I was super skinny, and a lack of malnutrition I suffer from. So I was gaining muscle weight, 15 pounds. That's why I'm proud to be 130 right now, because it's really hard for me to gain weight. So when I had been doing this, basically all that muscle that I had also gained weight over here. So when it all shrunk when I had my kid, came back. And I was like, it looked like afterwards when it was healed, it looked like I had an entire breast dropped up. That's how happy I was. I didn't even recognize myself. And it was almost like a huge confidence boost that I needed to be able to look at myself and be like, oh my gosh, like they're there. Because when you feel like it takes away you feeling like a woman in some ways when you have something inside you in a sensitive area like that.
Yeah.
And I asked all my friends to do just one thing. They were all like, if we can do anything to be here for you, we will. And I'm like, you know what? Just wear something pink and post it on the day of my surgery. Wear something pink, post it, and say something motivational for me. Because I'm really nervous, and it was my first surgery without any family members there with me. So that was nice to have, and my fiance took great care of me. And now, like, it's been a month since, and I've been tumor free.
Good.
Yep, that's another bright side. I always try to look on the bright side of things, no matter how gloomy it may be. Like, I try.
That's one thing about being a witch that is hard to do, is looking on the bright side of things and making sure that you do things for the right reasons and stuff like that. And it's hard sometimes to do it, but you have to be able to get that energy in you, that good energy, and it helps you.
Yeah, see, like, I have this rule almost, and I think it's because of me always having to be responsible and mature, even as a kid, that the golden rule, when I heard it, it stuck with me. And after my mom died, I said something to her that I regretted. The I hate you word, to your mother. You don't ever want to say that as your last words. And I had said that to her, and it was something that was a valuable lesson. And I decided after that I would never do it again. I vowed, and I never did. And now, even in relationships, when I'm upset or anything, I won't call them a single curse word. I will not do low blows. When they confide something into me from the beginning, I won't use it in the present, or no matter how long we're together. I mean, my fiance is even like, you're the nicest person in the world. You're the nicest bitch I've ever met. Pretty much. You could be a bitch without saying one single cuss word or saying one low blow. He's like, because you're cunning, you'll just say one fact and it'll be a harsh one. And that's all you got to say. I'm like, well, you got to find some way to have an attitude. I come from Kentucky, Cherokee Indian clan. We got, like, my great grandmother is very spunky, and I'm just like her. And she's like literally 95 and still does gardening. Like, it blows my mind how strong this woman is. Like, I always said she'd live to be 100, and I swear she will. She's that strong. And her mother was 100% Cherokee Indian, so she was full-blooded like that, and so is she. So it's like almost like when I was a little girl, basically I idolized her. So, yeah, basically, I even called her an antique when I was a little girl, because she told me antiques were 50 years or older. And I was like, oh, that's really cool. So then you're an antique. You're the beautifulest antique I've ever seen. She giggled and laughed, and it was one of the most infamous compliments I gave my grandma that she loved. And my son's the same way. He's like her little mini shadow as well, and follows her everywhere. And like, I'm the only one out of my family that does that was close to her and that has my kid close to her. It helps when you've lost a lot of family to, like, take care of the one that took care of you, basically. So, like, that's what I do. Like, my great grandma, she has a house that is basically, we have a lake house. So there's like two houses where they garage in the middle, so that way I can always go check on my grandma, because she fell the other day in the garage and nobody hurt her. So, like, I've been on the ball trying to keep an eye on her a lot more because of it, because it could have been way worse if she would have hit her head or something. And she was lucky it was just her foot. But, like, I freaked out, and I was just like, that is not okay. And now, like, with all of that, with living by the golden rule and all, like, even when my friends will sit there and call me bad names, I want to explode, yes. But also, I can't fight a girl, because I have, like, I have health conditions. And if I were to get punched on this side, just one punch, I have a 99% chance of being paralyzed on half of my face the rest of my life. And I only found out because of a fight, my last fight in 8th grade. I retired fighting after that. It was a huge reality check, but it does get hard sometimes.
Yeah.
Like when your ex long life best friend looks at you when you first start dating your man and asks them if they can have their dick, and they say no, and then look at me and they ask the same question and I say no, and I don't beat them up in my house.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, like I don't know how I do it or where I hold it, but like my emotions, they go everywhere and I do explode and kind of let it out by crying, but I don't let it out in anger where it's attacking others.
That's good, because that means you have something balanced inside of you that's properly balanced and doing what it needs to do. I do unfortunately have to get going because I do have my live coming up, but we should do more of these. I think these are fun. I think we should message each other, and I'm very interested.
All right, me too. I'm all on it.
Thank you for talking with me.
Thank you too. Have a lovely day.
You too.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Okay, so that recording, I wonder, I clicked the button. Did you guys enjoy the tarot reading? Let's see if anybody did. Why isn't it pulling up the chat site part? That's odd. I don't know. I don't know why my chat site isn't going on. That's so weird. Okay, anyways. So we are going to check and see if I did this the right way for my first recording. I clicked the button on the recorder. Thinking it would stop and say, and don't know where it is. Okay, let's see. All right, so recording. So guys, all right, that was my first tarot reading that I've ever had, and honestly, that was mind-blowing. I mean, she was spot on everything, and you guys can follow her like on TikTok. Her name is Alexis. Well, Alex. Yes, Alex. She spells it in a unique way. Alex. I'm just gonna call her Lex, but she loves the nickname I got. I gave her the nickname Light White Witch because she's dope, and she's definitely gonna do more collaborations with me. We are so excited. I got a new top TikToker that really likes my channel and really wants to. She's really excited basically about doing my journalism, like my journalism piece I'm going to be doing about tarot, guys. I'm going to be learning a lot about tarot. Means I gotta do some research into this so I can learn all the proper terms. And thankfully, my fiance is a pagan, so he'll know everything about the right terms to say. So basically, we are going to be doing this virtual, doing several interviews together. I will be having her on my YouTube channel soon, too, so you guys can actually see her and not just hear her. And it is going to be so much fun. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. Honestly, this has been a hard time in my life, like a hard struggle losing my brother. I loved him a lot, and I just needed a little bit of closure. And I think that really did help. I mean, she was spot on about everything. It was crazy, down to saying the word safe and free a lot. You have no idea how many times I've said those two words, like over and over again this last year and like 9 months. Like seriously, that's all I want. That's all I want in life, is to just be safe and free. And I know I will be happy forever. And just knowing that, like, yeah, I didn't expect this to happen, but I'm trying. I'm trying every day. I wake up and I look at my fiance and I look at my son and I hear them, and that is what gives me the motivation to get through most of the days. But it's hard not to feel like a ghost. And hearing. Oh, wait a minute. Wait, I didn't record it. I don't know how to. I thought you were. It's still recorded. On my YouTube channel, where you can hear your voice. Sorry, talking to her still. She thought we didn't get it on recording, but we did get it on recording on YouTube. So we weren't able to get it on recording our session back to back, unfortunately, on Snapchat, because she didn't click record on her side. But that's okay, because we still got one, and we're going to be doing more. So that's fine. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Hopefully you guys do subscribe. I really need my subscribers, guys. I need some supporters. My goal is to get it up to the first 100 at least. Please help. If you like Ray's Sun Show at all, or what I am about, please likes and comments. Like, tell me what you think about my first tarot reading card. Like, tell me what you think, like, personally, if you would do it. Like, tell me your experience if you have done it. Like, I want to know. I'm curious, truly. And what it was about. I think we were supposed to click the record button on the Snapchat call on both sides. And I did, and you did it. And that's probably why it didn't work showing us together. But no worries. I will invite you into my YouTube channel, and your screen will appear to everyone. And we can have the same tops, just on YouTube. So we both got it recorded. LOL. Okay, alright. So tell me what you liked about the tarot reading cards, guys. Tell me how you liked this experience. Tell me if you would do it personally. I'd love to know. And tell me what you thought of this entire experience, honestly. Like, I'm moved by it, and I feel very happy. Like, I'm kind of like feeling all of these emotions at once. Whew, like, it's a lot to sink in that I am not alone, and that what I had, those premonitions, were real, and that I do have a gift. I have a gift, but it's not always a gift. Sometimes it feels like a curse. I'm not gonna lie. Seeing my mother's death was hard. It was the hardest thing that I've ever seen. But you know, I was showing it for a reason, and it was so that everybody would know the truth. And I have made sure that everybody knows the truth. And whether they choose to believe it or not, that's up to them. But you know, I know what I witnessed, what I experienced. I know that my mom was here for me, and a lot of times that I can't explain how or why. And I know that my brother is at peace, and that is honestly the most precious gift to know, that he is at peace. He found his peace already, and he didn't need to come through and speak to me. I'm just really happy, guys. It's been a long healing process. It's been a long year. Tumor, my brother, and the coincidences of my mom. Just, it brings up a lot. It does. And this is probably the most vulnerable side that I've ever done on one of my videos live to you guys. I wanted you guys to see a more personal side to me and my story. And now you know. Yes, I have a mother. Yes, I have a brother. Yes, I have a very awesome grandma. They're not here, but you know, they're still here in my heart. I talk about them all the time, and they're the people that I love so much, and that will always, like, my goal is to live the life they couldn't live every moment. Like, it's my last. Appreciate everything I have, appreciate who I have, and just thank God that I'm still here. I thank God that I have a boy that I can still raise, and that I haven't left his side. I thank God that, you know, I think the universe that I met my soulmate when I did, and that he's trying so hard just to make me happy. I mean, what more could a girl ask for, right? So, this is Ray's son. This is my tarot reading session. Thank you for joining. And everybody, I want to give a special shout out to my number one, like, TikToker that is amazing in every way. You can all follow her. Let's go on her TikTok. So that way. Okay, so on her TikTok, guys, I will show you. Okay, so this is my girl's TikTok. She's awesome. Okay, so, like, I will show you a few of her. It's all by your side. Took too long, you better leave. Took too long, you better leave. I got someone they saying you are looking so fine, so fine. They saying I love you. He's so sweet.
Get your money, man. Like those. If you're feeling like you need I was busy thinking about.
Okay, so, all right, Electra Witch. All right, so her name, how to spell it, guys. All right, so pay attention. Okay, so hashtag. All right, EclecticIC, electric. Like she literally, she goes by that. She goes by Alexis on her TikTok. So it's just at EclecticLex. So at Slex, if you would sound it out like that, it'd probably be better off because you would like be able to actually like say it and spell it the way it sounds. Her name's Alex, but it's spelled a bit differently, like like with the C part. I don't know if it's silent or not, but you know. So please follow on TikTok at Alex. She is amazing. She is a really good gift for tarot card reading, guys. I highly recommend getting a tarot reading card from her. It's only $3 on TikTok. And hope that you guys enjoy my show and follow me on TikTok, Ray Sun. So, all right, here's me signing out. Bye, guys. Love ya. Thank you for joining.